Well, just how safe are Connecticut roads and bridges? A national report just out says they may be worse than the state first thought. News 12 Connecticut's Mark Sudol is following that story.
The road's not that good.
Our infrastructure needs a little bit of a boost.
People we talked to today are echoing the results of a report out by a national nonprofit transportation research group called TRIP that has examined the condition of the state's roads and bridges. The report says 78% of the state's major roads are in poor condition, and driving on them is costing Connecticut motorists $2.2 billion a year in extra vehicle repairs. It says 8% of the state's bridges are structurally deficient, and making improvements can only drive the state's economy by creating jobs and increasing the flow of goods on our roads. The report says the need for improvements far outweighs the amount of state and federal funding available.
We've been preaching this for the last probably 5 years.
Representative Tony Guerrera, the House Chair of the Transportation Committee, says the state's Special Transportation Fund is drying up and could run out in the next 3 to 5 years. He says electronic tolls could account for $22 billion in funding over 30 years.
If we don't do something very soon, it's just going to get even worse, and even maybe a tragedy can occur.
Fellow Democrats, like Representative Chris Perrone from Norwalk, agree.
We need to have a consistent revenue funding source and an approach to paying for and maintaining our infrastructure.
A conclusion all state lawmakers still need to arrive at. Mark Sudol, News 12 Connecticut.
And the report also addresses the fact that road improvements can also reduce traffic congestion and ultimately save lives.